How you doing, Aries? It's Didichi here from astrology.com.au. Check this chart out. This is June 2021. And what you'll notice straight off the bat, I'm going to animate this as I usually do so you can see how the planets are moving and how all of these aspects are impacting upon you day by day. The important thing here are the retrograde planets here. We see here Pluto in your 10th house, continuing to transform your working life in a big way. Saturn retrograde just recently in this 11th house of friendships, social activities, and also profitability to your businesses. And then the faster moving planet, Mercury here with the Sun and the North Node in your 3rd house of communications, contracts, short journeys, siblings, and the way you're thinking. So, whenever we have the retrograde planets, it does indicate a type of revision over what you are doing. That revision is very, very important here, especially if you're getting some sort of flack or aggression from people in your workplace. Mars and Pluto in opposition there, Aries. You notice here as well, early in the month, Venus moving into the 4th house. Now that's going to make things a little easier for you because Venus is a planet of peace and love and harmony, or so they say. And you need that now because you've had this transit of Mars here in this 4th house of domestic affairs. So this axis here, 4th house, family, mother, peace of mind, 10th house, career. And you see this opposition very powerful there, leading up to around the 7th. So the first week is very, very tense for you, especially in this area of domestic activity. But fortunately, the transit of Venus into this area is going to bring the pressure down for you, very much so. Here we see around, let's have a look at when this is happening. We've got the moon transiting here into the new moon phase. There it is there. It's on the 10th of June, I think. There it is there, the 10th. And that's happening in your 3rd house. I mentioned earlier the retrograde Mercury in your zone of communications. That can show a whole new approach to the way you negotiate your contracts, sign off on deals, but more importantly, the way you communicate your ideas to others. Say the retrograde Mercury can create a lot of confusion and a lot of backtracking in terms of your phone calls, your emails, that type of thing. So you need to double check everything while this planet is in its retrograde phase. Mars moves into your 5th house, which is a better position than this 4th house. That happens around the 13th. And then the moon makes contact with it on the 14th. So this is going to activate your creative instincts. It may not be altogether too good for your relationship with children because this 5th house has to do with your kids. And Mars there makes them a little bit combative. The nice thing is that it's moved away from this opposition to Pluto. Nevertheless, keep your eye on Venus. Just when you think things are settling down, Venus, the planet of love, which rules your 7th house of marriage, so this may have to do with your marital partner, also starts to move into the orb, which is around an 8-degree distance when the effects start to be felt, around the 17th or 18th of June. And what this is it's an almost compulsive attitude with your relationships, the way you think about your lover. If you're new in a relationship, we often have a Venus-Pluto style effect. We can't get the person out of our minds. We become obsessed, with raging in love. But sometimes it's not good because this can also show manipulation in relationships. It can show the use or rather abuse of power. And that's an ongoing thing anyhow with your Pluto there. Keep an eye on these red angles. You see here the moon made a red angle to Saturn there on the 22nd. That indicates some rather down moods, a bit of a blue phase for you. It has to do with other people's finances. And then you've got the ingress, what we call the ingress on the 22nd, with the Sun moving into this 4th house, just as we see that opposition to Venus and Pluto coming to perfection. So we see again there's still some focus on this 4th house, the full moon on the 25th shows us the importance of the workplace activities in your negotiations. Notice also Mercury has moved out of its retrograde phase. So around this time, around the 26th, if you've been trying to negotiate something, a better situation at work, a better situation with finances, there it is there, moving into the 11th house of profitability on the 27th. This is the time that you can make your wishes known and probably get better traction. Venus moves to the 5th house. This is very, very passionate. For those of you that are single, this is the likely time that you may experience a new romance, opportunity to meet new people. There are some frustrations there because here we have Mars moving into the close opposition of Saturn. That is, as I've said in the past, very much like having your foot on the accelerator and also on the brake at the same time. So this could be a case of meeting someone that you're really interested in, but not really having the ability to fast track that relationship. You may be a little hamstrung, or there may be circumstantial things obstructing you. Anyhow, that's the month as I see it. There's more to be had at astrology.com.au. We've got the monthly readings there. I'm doing a weekly reading which can supplement this, so you should go on over there. Have a look at that. Drop me a line here. I'm feeling a lot better. I'm ready to do some readings if you want a more personal view of what's happening for the second half of 2021. I'm here and I'm available, and I look forward to your company. And as well next month. Do join me again. Bye-bye now.